Have you ever sat alone in your empty classroom at the end of the day, staring at the chairs, the silence, the mess, and quietly asked yourself, why am I the one falling apart when I'm the one giving everything? Because the truth almost no one says out loud. Burnout isn't born from weakness. Burnout is born from caring too much for too long in a system designed to drain the ones who care. And if hearing that makes something inside you say, holy, that's exactly how it feels, you're not alone. Welcome. Take a breath. You're in the right place.
Listen.
Let me show you something. No training course, no professor, no PD workshop will ever prepare you for. The moment burnout actually begins. It's not when you're yelling. It's not when you're crying. It's not when you're exhausted. No. It starts in silence. That empty classroom. Right there. That empty classroom. After all the kids leave. When the bell stops ringing. When the building finally quiets down. When you sit alone with nothing but your thoughts, that's when it hits you. That slow, invisible collapse. Not because you're not strong, not because you're not good enough, not because you're not using enough self-care. Burnout begins the moment you realize you're giving the best of yourself to a system that rarely gives anything back. That's the intense wake-up moment every great teacher experiences just before they rise. If you ever felt that silent drain, hear me. It's not your fault. But it is your moment. Your moment to reclaim your power. Because burnout isn't the end of your story. It's the turning point. Let's disrupt something right now. Teachers are not burning out because they can't handle the job. They're burning out because of what's been done to the job. That's the villain. Burnout has names, faces, policies, practices. And it's time we call them out. Villain number 1, toxic leadership. According to a 2024 Edweek Research Center report, 67% of teachers say poor leadership is the number 1 factor pushing them out. What does toxic leadership look like? Vague expectations, contradictory directives, micromanagement disguised as support, and the worst one, punitive compliance. Policies weaponized to silence teachers who shine too brightly. Villain number 2, emotional labor with no support. You're expected to be a therapist, a parent, a counselor, a mediator, a social worker with zero training. and even less support. Villain number 3. Unmanageable workloads. Gallup's 2023 Workplace Index shows teachers work 54 hours per week, with less than half compensated. Villain number 4, the superhero teacher myth. The lie that you must be all things to all people all the time without breaking. It burns teachers out faster than any curriculum ever could. Villain number 5, systemic gaslighting. You're overwhelmed? Try self-care. Maybe a bubble bath. That's not support. That's negligence wrapped in a scented candle. The villain is not you. It never was. Once you understand the villain, your journey to rise begins. Every great story has a villain, but the hero, the real hero, is the one who refuses to quit when quitting feels easier. And in this story, you're the hero. Not because you're perfect, not because you're unbreakable, not because you smile through every storm. You're the hero because you're still here. You're still listening, still caring, still fighting for better. For yourself and for your students. Burnout didn't break you. Burnout revealed you, revealed your strength, revealed your resilience, revealed your purpose. And here's the part most teachers never hear. Burnout isn't your enemy. Burnout is your signal, your alarm, your turning point. Listen to this. One year, one of the hardest in all of my 36 years. I almost walked away. Not because I stopped enjoying my kids, loving my kids, but because a principal, still remember her name, Miss Posner, tried to weaponize the system to break my spirit. Fear instead of vision, letters of reprimand as weapons, silence as punishment, favoritism as armor. Then came the moment that nearly ended everything, almost made me want to walk away, a fire drill. I walked beside the last student of my class, exactly an area where a responsible teacher should be. Another teacher I was chatting with, the principal's favorite, walked just beside me during a drill. Hours later in that day, a student monitor is at my classroom door, nervous, shaking. She handed me an envelope, a letter of reprimand, accusing me of not supervising my class. The other teacher? The favorite? Nothing. No letter, no warning, not a whisper. I know. I asked him. That's when it hit me. This wasn't about procedure. This was targeted harassment. This was politics. The kind that breaks great teachers long before workload ever does. But here's where the story turns and where you step into the frame. When I saw that letter, I didn't fold. I didn't bow. I didn't apologize for something that wasn't true. I refused to be silenced. I documented everything. Dates, times, witnesses, details. And when the meeting with the principal came, I walked in calm, not loud, not emotional, just steady, just principled, just anchored in truth. And that moment, that refusal to shrink, became fuel. That same fuel I talk about in my video, teachers use it as fuel. And here's what I don't want you to miss. The same year that principal tried to break me was just as empowering as the year I rose high in my career. It was the year I earned my first Teacher of the Year award, 1997. Not because of politics, not because of favoritism, but because integrity is louder than intimidation. And teacher, my story isn't here to impress you. It's here to awaken something in you. Because the same courage I used, you already have. The same clarity I leaned on already lives in you. You can rise the same way, lead the same way, build legacy the same way, not by copying my journey, but by fully stepping into yours. Burnout is not a personal failure. It is, however, a biological stress response. According to the Journal of Occupational Health Psychology 2024, burnout is triggered by role overload, lack of autonomy, unfair treatment, emotional exhaustion, chronic moral injury, lack of support. None of those come from incompetence. They come from the environment. Burnout doesn't reveal weakness. Burnout reveals what needs to change. And you are allowed to change your conditions. Here are the 5 empowerment shifts that transform burnout into momentum. Shift number 1, reclaim your boundaries. You can't do everything. You should not do everything. You never meant to do everything. Boundaries are not walls. Boundaries are survival. Protecting my energy is protecting my students. Shift number 2, document everything. Dates, times, incidents, emails, meetings. Documentation is not drama. Documentation is armor. Shift number 3, collect your receipts, student notes, parent compliments, messages of gratitude, evidence of growth. Your impact file becomes proof. On the days you're weak, the days you forget who you are. Shift number 4, connect with a courageous community. You rise faster when you rise together. That's exactly why I built Teachers Who Thrive, a community for educators who refuse to be silenced. Find a link in the description below to join. Shift number 5, redefine your purpose. Burnout is not the end. Burnout is the invitation. Your purpose isn't just content. Your purpose is to inspire, is to empower, and to ignite. And here's the truth, teacher. And I'm speaking from experience here. decades, not years, decades, when your students feel inspired and empowered, you always win. Classroom culture rises, performance rises, fulfillment rises, burnout loses its grip. Your power comes from the fire you carry, the fire that changes lives. Hold on to it, return to it, lead with it. You are not tired because you're weak. You are tired because you're powerful. And powerful people get targeted. You are not broken. You are not failing. You are not too sensitive. You're a difference maker. And a difference maker feels the weight well before they feel the reward. But hear me clearly. You still matter. Your work still matters. And your story is far from over. If this message hit you, if you felt seen, if something whispered, "This is what I needed," then don't just watch. Step forward. Join Teachers Who Thrive, my school community for educators who refuse to shrink. Inside the following is some of what you'll get: my self-assessment checklist, my classroom gratitude audit, real support, real strategies, real empowerment. The first two resources are free for the first 50 founding members. All new community. Find the link below to join the movement. Burnout may not be your fault, but how you rise from it, that becomes your legacy. Empower, lead, impact. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.